Hey friends, it's Dan. I got a new video for you today that I'm pretty excited about. Um, as you can see, compared to a lot of my videos, I'm in a different part of the house. It's a little bit of an echo in here, but I wanted to be able to spread out. This video is something that I've been hoping I've had the opportunity to make for a long time now. Ever since I got back into collecting records, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube and follow a lot of people on YouTube, and I always see videos and pictures of people that get these great vinyl finds, whether it be an estate sale or garage sale or something like that. And I've always been kind of envious of them and said, it's just not my luck. I never can find something like that. Well, that has changed. So today I want to share a little experience that I had this past week. I have a friend that last week we were talking about music and we were talking about records, and I was telling her and her husband how I collect records. And they both chimed in and said, well, we got a whole box of records at the house that you can have. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's awesome. That would be great. And so a couple days later, I went by their house and they gave me this box of records, and I'll show you the box. Anybody that is or has been in the military will understand this. This was one of their shipping. I crossed their names out, but as you see, the box says records, albums, and this was the box that they gave me. So I got home and I opened it up, and immediately I was extremely excited. It's got some great stuff in it, and so what I did is I kind of initially went through and I broke down ones that I absolutely, really excited about, some that I'm kind of on the fence about, and then others that I'm probably not going to hold on to, and I'm probably going to pass them along to somebody else who likes records. I told them I was not going to sell them. I'm just going to share the wealth. So anyway, without further ado, what I want to do is I want to share some of what I feel for me were some of the ones I was the most excited about. And I'm going to start off with some of these. I've already cleaned them and got them in new sleeves and stuff like that. Some of them I have not. And so they are how they are. But here's one, REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. I love REO Speedwagon. I love this album. It's got probably one of my favorite guitar solos that Gary Richrath ever did. Is on Take It on the Run. That guitar solo in that song, I just absolutely love it. He's such an underrated guitar player, and his solos are just amazing. Roll with the Changes is probably my other favorite one. So REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity, and most of these albums, I've started going in and putting them in Discogs, in my Discogs collection, and most of these albums are original first pressings. And they're all in very good shape. I've got a handful of them cleaned up, and they really are in great shape. Boston, this is Boston's debut album. I have another copy of this album, but this is an original pressing. This one's from 76. And all these sound, all the ones I've cleaned, I've played them, and they all sound really good. There's one or two that have a couple little bad spots, maybe a pop or a crackle, but it's amazing once you get these records clean, how good they can sound. The Cars, great record. Like I said, this is an original, 1978 on Elektra, and a lot of good stuff on this one. Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed. Bye Bye Love, You're All I've Got Tonight. I mean, this is just a classic. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I have a remaster, a repressing of this one, a reissue if you want to call it, but this is an original. This is a 77 Warner Brothers release. Sounds fantastic. Journey Escape. I have a reissue of this one also. It's one of those special colored or vinyl This one's pretty cool though, because the album cover is actually embossed. It's textured, so that's pretty cool. This is another great album. I really like this one. The Police, Synchronicity. I mean, this is a classic album too. You know, it's funny. I was listening to this last night after I got it all cleaned up, and the first side's just okay to me. I like Synchronicity too. It's the last song on that side, but the second side of the album is just fantastic, in my opinion. It's got Every Breath You Take, King of Pain, Wrapped Around Your Finger, and then they finish it out with Tea and Sahara. But those first three songs on that second side are just pretty fantastic. Just classic songs by the Police. So, I'm getting all mixed up here. All right, here we go. Trying to move through these quick. I don't want this to be a 4-hour video. Here's another one, Band on the Run, Paul McCartney and Wings. You know, just a classic album again, you know. Band on the Run is actually, my family, we used to play Guitar Hero a lot. And Band on the Run was like, that was our jam. That was our jam. Me and my wife and the kids would get in there and we would play that, and we would just crush Band on the Run. And it was such a fun song to play on Guitar Hero with the drums and the guitars and stuff. So we always had a good time with that one. But yeah, this is a classic. This is a great album. And all these are just in really, really good shape. Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. I mean, everybody knows this album. This one is from 80... What is this, 84? Yeah, 84. All are in great shape. They're in excellent shape. This one, I listened to this one last night after I got finished cleaning up. This was kind of interesting because my friend, they are former military, retired military. They've traveled around and they have been to different places. And so I'm assuming that they picked up some of these when they were overseas, because this is a German pressing of Lionel Richie's Can't Slow Down. And this is a great album. But it's pretty cool because, you know, it's got all the German information from the German pressing. Probably hard to see, but you can see on the back. It says manufactured and distributed by the Bellafon, Germany. So it was pressed in Germany. So you can tell they're a little different. It's a gatefold album, and you can tell they're a little different. The jackets, they just feel a little different, and you look at them and you can kind of tell. But great song album. I mean, it's got All Night Long, Penny Lover, Stuck on You, Love Will Find a Way, The Only One, Running with the Night, Hello. Yeah, Running with the Night, that's a great song. Stuck on You, love that song. So, cool. Excellent condition, too. Sounds great. Yes, this is another German pressing. And this one's got, probably the biggest hit off of this one was Owner of a Lonely Heart. And this is a Atco label. So, yeah. So those are the ones I've already gotten all cleaned up and recovered and all that good stuff. I have a little stack more of ones that I have yet to clean, but I am going to get them done. There were 97 albums in that box. I don't know if I said that, but so it's taking me a little time to get them into Discogs and to get them all cleaned up. This is another one. This is pretty cool. I was pretty excited about this. This is the Bruce Springsteen box set. This is the live box set that came out, I think 85 or 86 maybe. It's got 5 albums, and they're all taken from live shows from 75 to 85. Came with the booklet. Each album is in a inner sleeve that's got some pictures and it's got the song stuff on it. But they're all here and they're all in excellent shape. So that one is really cool. This one is kind of like a greatest hits. This is the Beach Boys, Spirit of America. It's a gatefold, also double LP. It's a little beat up. I have to glue it back because the records are falling out of the bottom. But really cool. It's just got a bunch of their hits. 409, Dance Dance Dance, Little Honda, Barbara Ann, Do You Remember? And then it's got some that aren't like super, super big hits. But this is almost kind of this one kind of goes along with it. Beach Boys Endless Summer. This is another compilation album, and it's got a lot of the bigger hits on it. Surfing Safari, Surfer Girl, Catch a Wave, Surfing USA, Be True to Your School, Little Deuce Coupe, I Get Around, California Girls, all that stuff. But really nice gatefold album. I have not played this one yet, but it's in good shape. Moving along, Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky. Really cool. Styx, The Grand Illusion. This is a classic. I already have a remaster of this, but this is an original first pressing. So that's really neat. Mamas and the Papas, 16 of their greatest hits. MCA Records. A lot of good stuff on there. And another kind of classic album, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. Gatefold album. You got all your lyrics there. And, just great classic album. Thunder Road, Born to Run, 10th Avenue Freeze Out, Jungle Land. It's a great. I'm not a huge Springsteen fan, especially his newer stuff, but that is a classic album, and I really, really enjoy that one. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees. This was probably his biggest album, at least chart-wise. And my favorite song on it, obviously, is Lido Shuffle. I love that song, Lido Shuffle. What a great song. Eagles, Long Run. Like I said, these are all original pressings. These are not reissues, which is cool. This has got a lot of good songs on it, too. The Long Run, I Can't Tell You Why, In the City, Heartache Tonight. Yeah, super cool. Best of the Doobies. When I was in the store the other day, I saw that they have reissued this one. This is one of those that Walmart has decided that they were going to put out their own special version of it, and they have like a colored vinyl version of this. And I've kind of been on the fence about picking it up because it's got some really good stuff on it. Once again, I'm not like a Doobie Brothers aficionado, but there's a lot of good stuff on here. China Grove, Long Train Running, Blackwater, Rocking Down the Highway, Listen to the Music, Jesus Is Just All Right. I mean, it's all the stuff that you want. So for me, this is perfect because that's pretty much all I want to listen to from them. I'm not a deep cuts guy when it comes to the Doobie Brothers. Also, this one's awesome. Barry White, Greatest Hits, gold foil cover, gatefold, just really, really cool. Again, this is a original pressing, 75 or 76. And this one, my wife's excited about this one. My wife loves Air Supply. This is Air Supply, the one that you love. And being a child of the 70s and 80s, I mean, Flashdance, that was a classic 80s movie. Soundtrack to that. And then this, man, I tell you what, when I was a young punk, Miami Vice was the coolest show ever. So this is the soundtrack, and it's got the some of the instrumental songs. It's got Glenn Frey, The Smuggler's Blues, You Belong to the City. It's got In the Air Tonight, and of course, it's got the original Miami Vice theme on it. So that one's really cool. This one, I kind of have mixed emotions about this album, but it's probably why I never bought it, and so it's probably good that I had it given to me. Thriller. This album was a big part of my young life growing up because this came out in 82, so I was 11 years old when this album came out. And so I remember the videos, I remember the songs, and they're great songs. It's just one of those things, I'm just a little torn because, I don't know, all the stuff about Michael Jackson that came out toward the end of his time. But I try not to let that interfere with my enjoyment of music. It's still good music, and it's a great album. It's one of the, you can't argue. It's one of the best albums of all time. Pretty much every one of the songs on this album was on the charts. So it's kind of nice. It's nice that I got this, and it's an original pressing. This is another one too. Huey Lewis and the News, Sports. This one is another German pressing. And it's just weird because when I picked it up, I could tell it's something about the jackets. They're like squared. The corners are squared more than they're rounded, the edges. And also it's got a different kind of price tag on it. But I'll tell you what, this is another fantastic album. It's got The Heart of Rock and Roll, Heart and Soul, I Want a New Drug, Walking on a Thin Line, If This Is It. And then there's a couple other songs on there, but they're all great. I mean, this has got a lot of their biggest hits, but even the stuff that wasn't playing on the radio is great. This is a great album, cover to cover. And we got The Police, Zenyatta Mondatta. It's a good album. Don't Stand So Close to Me, Driven to Tears. It's got Dee Doo Doo Doo, Dee Da Da Da. What's the other one? Thought there was another one on there that was a big hit. Anyway, a classic Police record. Men at Work, Cargo. This was, I believe, their second album. This one doesn't have, Land Down Under and all that kind of stuff on it. It's got Overkill. It's got It's a Mistake. This one was not as big a hit, I think, as their first album. Still a pretty good album. David Bowie, Let's Dance. Really good album. One of my favorite things about it is, it's got Modern Love, China Girl, Let's Dance. Let's Dance, Stevie Ray Vaughan playing guitar on it. It's all you need to know. But that's a classic Bowie album. This one is kind of cool too. I told you, I already showed you a Styx Grand Illusion. But this is a Canadian pressing, I believe, because it's got the French stuff on it, English and French. But what's cool about this one is this was made way back when, before everybody was pressing records, colored vinyl. And look at this thing. It's like this really crazy yellow color. So that's pretty cool. So I thought that was neat. So I now have 3 versions of this album. This one being the coolest. I haven't listened to it to see which one's the better sounding one, but I did listen to the original pressing I have, and it sounds great. So those are kind of the biggest ones that I was the most excited about. So about a third of the box that I got, I was really, really excited about those. These other ones may not be as much my style of music, are things that I would listen to on a regular basis, but they're good albums, and I'm going to hold on to them. There's quite a few that I like. I just pulled that stack aside because those are the ones that I wanted to get cleaned up and cataloged immediately and start listening to. There are still some in this next stack that I really like. but they're not as high on my priority list. So anyway, so I'm going to go through them real quick. I'm not going to go through all 100 albums, but just real quick, I'm going to just throw a couple up there. Billy Joel, Piano Man. John Waite. This is another German pressing. And then we've got America, Holiday. Styx, Kilroy Was Here. This was a very controversial album because Dennis DeYoung wanted to do that, and it was the rest of the guys were just not a big fan of the album. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. We got Art Garfunkel, Watermark. Bing Crosby, Merry Christmas. I actually have a reissue of this, and I listened to it this past Christmas, and I loved it. That's an original, though. T for the Tillerman by Cat Stevens. We've got Little Queen by Heart. Got a Sinatra Christmas album. Crimes of Passion, Pat Benatar. Styx, Crystal Ball. Kansas, Leftoverture. Whoops. Of course, this one's got Carry On Wayward Son on there, and then the instrumental stuff. Roberta Flack, Blue Lights in the Basement. Carly Simon, No Secrets. Little River Band, Diamantina Cocktail. I like these guys. I have their greatest hits album. I don't have much of their other stuff, but I do like a lot of their the music of theirs. And of course, this is crazy. This is Elton John, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. Kind of a wild album. Gatefold. Yeah, kind of crazy. Yeah, some of these I'm just not as familiar with. It just, I like his hits. I don't go deep into his catalog. Chicago Transit Authority. I think this is kind of the precursor to Chicago. I think that's what they called themselves before they just simplified it to Chicago. And then we've got Heart magazine. And Alan Parsons Project, The Turn of a Friendly Card. Not sure that I know this album, so it'll be a fun listen. A couple more real quick, and we will be done. Moody Blues, Seventh Sojourn. My friend told me that this was a good album. He was enjoying it. Kansas, Point of No Return. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits Volume 2. I've already promised this one to my son. He likes Frank Sinatra. Sly and the Family Stone's Greatest Hits. Nice. This is a gatefold also. It's got all the big ones. Everyday People. Thank You. I Want to Take You Higher. The Four Seasons. Story. I think this is a compilation album also. It's got a bunch of stuff on it. It's a double album. Dave Mason. I like some of his stuff. Good guitar player. The Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute. Boz Scaggs, Two Down Then Left. And we have a legit Chicago album. This one's cool because it's embossed. Has some texture to it. And so this is another double LP. It's Chicago 7. Chicago 7. The Turtles' Greatest Hits. 2 Deluxe 2 record set. Rod Stewart, Blondes Have More Fun. And finally, The Best of Bread. Make It With You. You hear that one all the time on 70s radio. Yeah. Gatefold album. Cool pictures. All right. That's it. The rest of the albums are, I probably have another 30 or so albums in the box that I haven't pulled out yet because I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with them. A lot of James Taylor, some Loggins and Messina, you know, stuff in that vein. Kind of, you could call it yacht rock, right? I am not a fan of James Taylor, really not at all. So I will probably pass those along to someone who is. Loggins and Messina, I like some of their stuff. The rest of them are kind of that. I'm not against that kind of music. It's just some of those artists, I probably will not listen to them. And if I do listen to them, I can listen to them on a streaming service. It's not worth me taking up the space in my storage for an album that I'm probably not going to put a lot of time to listen to. All the rest of these ones I just showed you, I will be listening to them. So anyway, all right, well, this video is already getting long again. And but I just wanted to share that I was just really excited, and I know there's people out there that would be interested in seeing some of these, especially all these are original first pressings, or early pressings, maybe not the first pressing, but some of them are. Some of them are actual first pressings, and they're all in fantastic shape. My friend took really good care of them, and so I was really excited and very appreciative. So, all right, well, I hope everybody's doing well. I have another Vinyl Finds video coming up in about a week. It's probably going to be a couple of days after the 1st of May, but I will be releasing that. So those were just from this acquisition. I still have a handful of records that I've actually purchased over the month of April, and I saved them, and I'm going to share them on my monthly Vinyl Finds video. So if you enjoyed this video, you know, obviously please like it, and then tune in, in about a week for my monthly Vinyl Finds video. All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.